Greetings again and welcome to the United Hotspot. Now it's a whole different place. Right? You don't get it well. I'm on my way to Glasgow. I'm on a train and I will be in Glasgow in the next couple of hours, maybe 2.5 or 3 hours. But I thought, why not take you with me, guys? If you don't mind, I hope you don't, because I don't. As I do also eat, I've been starving, haven't eaten anything. I got this on the train, so it's bread again. You know these countries, it's bread and bread and bread and bread and bread and bread. I've honestly have had enough of it. I feel like I've lost a lot of weight in the few days I've been here, but I expected it. I'm not surprised. But anyway, so Joao Neves to Manchester United, and I'm here to tell you the truth about that, because while I was at Old Trafford, I actually spoke to a certain gentleman. Like I said, I won't release all my sources to you because a good journalist does not reveal their sources. I hope my phone doesn't fall off anyway. But yeah, you can enjoy the trip with me as you listen to me. So look at those mountains with the snow on top. Beautiful. Doesn't it look beautiful? So anyway, so Joao Neves. There is a statement by Benfica to officially deny any links. Because there have been reports saying that Manchester United has got an advantage in signing Joao Neves from Benfica, that United has got a priority, if I would call it priority clause, something like that, if there's anything like that anyway, in his contract with Benfica. I don't know who would have agreed that. That is first of all perhaps not true. It sounds fishy even when you listen to it. But let me tell you the truth about his whole story, Neves and Man United. First of all, the gentleman is coming for his ticket. I'm going to pause for a bit, use my phone to show him my ticket, and I'll continue with this video. Stay with me. So, where was I? Here's the truth about Joao Neves. First of all, Manchester United definitely needs a midfielder like that, a holding midfielder who can play solidly for a long time, the future with Kobe Maino. And definitely Joao Neves fits the description. It's not the first time we've been linked with him. We've been linked with him for quite a long time. I think even in the last summer there were small rumors that were linking him with us. And the reality is, it would make sense to Manchester United. So that's the truth. The other truth is that this boy has proven himself. He has played 49 games for Benfica ever since he broke into the senior team. He has played 9 Champions League games. Now that's impact. That shows you how important he's been to his Benfica team ever since he broke into the senior team. But away from that, the bitter truth is that Manchester United, in the situation we are in, we cannot afford Joao Neves. Listen, first of all, don't think about him joining Manchester United in Jan. It's not going to happen. If not, just like it's not going to happen for us to have snow like this in Uganda. It's never going to happen. We are not going to afford to pay for this boy in January. It's not going to happen. That's one. That's a bitter truth. Now, the other truth is, pardon me for speaking while eating. Man has got to multitask, isn't it? So, the other truth is, Joao Neves has got a buyout clause of about £103 million. So, meaning, if we are going to sign him, which could only happen in the summer, we need to go for £103 million. Now, realistically, I know we've got Sergio who has come in and has got a lot of hope, meeting United supporters and the trust, and we're giving them all this hope and faith that things will go good. And definitely in the summer he will sign players. But realistically, what are the odds that Manchester United can sign a £103 million player, even if that's the only signing we will make, which again wouldn't make sense because we need a right back, we need a midfielder, we need a striker, we need a winger. You think about it. So 103 million could be just under the total budget that could be available for United to spend in the summer. Yeah, that could be right about the total budget we have. So we cannot spend all of it on one player because it's good. And you know that when you get into the summer, it's obvious that the competition for Neves and so many other players we've been linked with, Mike Goldie said, will be tight, will be stiff, because there are not so many great players like that. So for me, talks of us signing Neves are good, they sound good, and that's why I had to give you this video the moment I saw people really digging so much into this story, I thought, I've got to address this immediately. The guys at Old Trafford have been laughing at certain links we're having with certain players. Look, we failed to sign Sahu Girassi, who costs 17 million euros. That's his buyout clause. We failed, yet we badly need a backup striker for Rasmus Højlund, but we can't afford that money. For us to be able to raise 103 million, we've got to sell probably half of our entire squad, because I think with the exception of Marcus Rashford, who can bring us in 60 or 70 million, how many other players can bring in 20 million pounds? You saw how much money, what was the team? Was it Fenerbahce was tabling for Anthony Martial? They were giving us 7 million pounds, and you're thinking, so if we're going to raise 103 million for just one player, Joao Neves, how many players are we going to sell? Probably the entire squad. So I think we've got to be real about this. Let's not be too excited about some of these speculations. We want these young players, but we can grow. And it's not like Manchester United will never grow into a club that can afford to buy such players. In the future, we can. But for now, our rise has got to be subtle. We've got to be a bit like Arsenal, and how Arsenal was way before with Arsene Wenger when they were building the stadium. Sign cheap players, the Sahu Girassis, bring a few players on loan, and manage like that. Manage like that. This club, by the way, you had to see my Manchester United watch, by the way. So yeah, it's on purpose that So this club of ours that we all love may have the time, but not the money to sign certain players. So Joao Neves is one of those we can't sign. I think let's forget about him. So who are the realistic players we can go for? The reality is, for now, we can think of very cheap players available on loan, on a cheap. We failed to get Timo Werner because we had to pay 5 million euros for his loan move, which we didn't have. Spurs got him. So meaning players who are cheaper than that can come in Jan. In the summer, we have to first sell players, raise some money, and the players we sell will then determine which players we can bring in. So you can imagine the tight situation Manchester United is in. So that's it. Sir Alex Ferguson, I run down. I'm going to Scotland, to Glasgow, where he was born, by the way. Sir Alex Ferguson was born in Glasgow. And I'm thinking, what would he have done in this situation? The situation Man United is in, what would he have done? We know that there is a window where Sir Alex Ferguson only signed one player, Michael Carrick, and went on to win 3 back-to-back titles. Of course, we signed other small players who are not that important, but the marquee signing we made was Michael Carrick from Spurs. But in this case, even for him, I think it would be too much, because a Michael Carrick alone, or one player alone, cannot solve so many problems we have as Man United. So guys, solving the Manchester United problem is going to take time. It's a holistic effort. It's a big job for which all of us have got a part to play in. And I'm just excited to see what Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to do and how he's going to pull it off. But I like how he has started meeting fans and talking to them, telling them there will be a regular fixture at Old Trafford, talking to the neighborhood. They're talking of buying a certain golf course around, I think it's in around Manchester, where Manchester players, that's where John Stones and some of these other English players stay. It's a rich neighborhood around near Carrington. It's about 20 minutes away from Carrington. So they are thinking of buying a golf course there and perhaps trying to develop it and make it a private place for Manchester United and players. But that's not the solution. The solution should be on the pitch. And how exactly are we going to solve it? Guys, it's a big debate. Let me keep solving this problem, because in my country I don't eat bread, I hate it. But when you go to Europe, you go to UK, you've got to eat a lot of it, otherwise you will starve. So I'll catch you later, guys. Neves to United, that's the truth. It's good, but it's not good enough for us to break the bank and only sign him. Subscribe. Bye bye. See you in Scotland.